still healing. I'm still healing. This is the kind of shit that you don't hear about that much. Coffee and weed are very normalized substances. But yeah, you mix coffee with anything, and it at a chemical level can have a very noticeable effect on the potency or the effect itself of whatever you're taking. So if you're taking any sort of prescription medication that affects you physically or mentally, caffeine can affect it. And caffeine, aside from nicotine, is probably the most popular drug in the whole world. Like, I think it's like 90 something percent of the world, like 93% of the world, could be wrong, but are coffee drinkers, or drink coffee, or like coffee, or are addicted to coffee. I don't know what the actual statistic is, but yeah, it's I don't know. And then yeah, obviously, if you do research, you can find out drugs that you might think don't have a psychological effect at all definitely do have a psychological effect. And caffeine overdoses are really scary. Like, people who have overindulged in espressos without really knowing, aggressively, without diluting it with anything, or if they're small. I've heard a story on YouTube, I think, of a caffeine overdose from espressos, and it sounded pretty nasty. They had to go to the hospital, and they basically they had like a manic psychotic break where they were like laughing, like manically crazy laughing, like ah ha ha, but like yelling, you know what I mean? Like the yelling, laughing like uncontrollably, like scary, like the scary laughing. And yeah, Benadryl's another one. When people dive deep into that, some very creepy and interesting things happen. I haven't personally myself, but I've been around someone who has, and I've heard a lot of stories on YouTube, and I highly do not recommend it. Cough syrup, cold medicine. If you take cold medicine, I've taken the recommended dose of cold medicine, like a cough medicine, a normal one, like a kid's one, but maybe not a kid's dose, like an adult recommended dose, a single dose when I'm sick, and smoked a little bit of weed after or before, and just that combination of the recommended dose of DXM and whatever else they put in cough syrup, and a small amount of THC has a very strong effect, and I do not recommend it. It is very uncomfortable, and it is probably really not good for your brain or body. And I'll tell you what, DXM is really bad for your body, and it should really only be used, like that stuff, NyQuil, cough medicine, DXM, all that stuff should only be used as its intended purpose when you really need it, because it does its job, but it's a chemical that is fairly new. Like a lot of things that's out today, you gotta learn what it is that you're taking, what's inside of it, what else is inside of it, what are the effects, and even sometimes the effects at the dosages, because shit's crazy. Like, there's agents in our toothpaste that numb our mouths. That's a drug, you know what I mean? And who knows what kind of effect that has on our bodies and our brains. So, yeah, like I don't even know. You gotta be careful. There's like everything's a fucking drug today. Everything is a drug. You go to get soda, it's a drug, because there's caffeine, a whole bunch of other stuff, salt. You go to get, yeah, there's caffeine, sugar, salt. You go to get goddamn a sandwich. You go to the wrong place. You end up going to a fast food joint. They got sugars and stuff, added sugars in the goddamn the buns and all that to make it taste really good. That's why McDonald's buns taste good, even though they're just like the most generic processed shit you could think of, because they put sugar in it. It makes it taste good. Regular bread has sugar in it too, but not nearly as much and not the same kind. So, and the combination of the sugar with the salt has an interesting combination of our bodies on our bodies, but that's some if you want to, you can look that up yourself. Like, there's probably a million videos on YouTube about that of people explaining that better than I could, but that's a whole nother video, and I'm already going too deep into this one. Not too deep, but I'm pretty deep. What was I gonna say? But yeah, everything's a drug. And if you don't think it is, it is. You go to the dentist, they put you on drugs. They'll give you laughing gas. They'll shoot stuff up your arm to make you either numb or go to sleep. You go to the hospital. If you're in rough enough shape, they'll shoot you up with fentanyl. Like, its fentanyl's initial purpose, many people don't know, was it was created by a person, by some chemist who wanted to do good and wanted to create an alternative to morphine or something along the lines of that would be a lot easier to produce and a lot cheaper, and he was successful of that. However, people ended up taking that and using it differently than intended, self-administering in the streets, and now it is the cheaper and easier alternative. But it's not being, well, it is being used in hospitals, but now it's also being used outside of hospitals, which is interesting. And but yes, it is used in hospitals, so they'll shoot you up with a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? And not that that's bad. Like, I'm not saying that these things are inherently bad, but you have to at least be aware of them. You know what I mean? Some stuff, I think it can be a little like, not bad, but like some stuff can be a little like, I feel like morally iffy how prevalently some things exist without any sort of education on what they are, the effects of it, like alcohol, tobacco, caffeine, cough medicine. Like, there's probably a few more that I could think of, but just those. But I mean, the biggest answer I can think is because they're huge industries. I mean, you think about it. If you eat shit, drink shit. Yeah, if you eat shit, you drink shit, and then you drink more shit to get drunk, which makes you feel shit and your body shit, and then you feel shit even more, so you take something to make you feel less shit, like a cough medicine or something to make you sleep, or something in the morning to kill the pain, or something or something or something. and then you continue that process, that last solution just makes your body even more shit and makes you feel like shit in the end, so you have to take more of that solution, which you just kind of crumble, you know. But they're huge industries, man. They make a lot of money. The economy. It's all about the economy, man. So, yeah. Because people can't get energy, man. People aren't satisfied. And their food tastes really good, man. They're not going to want to go to work. They don't go to work. And they're not buying tasty food, man. The economy. So, yeah. Damn. I hate to be so negative. Or I hate to I get to such a negative note. I know how to make it positive. This isn't a good example. This is not a good example. Do as I say, not as I do, for real. Because that was just that transition. You can't, you know. The way I like to think about it is, if there was a zombie apocalypse, you're not going to be able to rely on shit like smoking weed. Although I love it. I love my coffee. I love smoking weed. But if there was an apocalypse or something, where the power grid went down, and I couldn't go to the store to get a big bag of coffee and hit up my buddy to get a little schminky inky of inky, then I'm gonna have to figure it out. I can't just be sitting there like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do without my coffee, my schminkity inkity inky? Like, no, I gotta be like, alright, I'm gonna have to just kind of slap myself in the face, grab my balls. If I get a little headache from the withdrawal of the coffee, because that does happen, you can get headaches, I'll just tough it out. Headache is what I might starve to death. We might run out of water. I gotta go walking about with my gat and my slash out into the apocalyptic lands, get me some shit. And if I see somebody half torn apart, you know what I mean, I might put them out of their misery, or help out a child that's missing. He's lost his family and he's running around with zombies. It's like, sir, help, sir. Just running away from the zombies, but it's a kid, so it's got hella energy and it's still alive and good. It's just, sir, help me, sir. I got you, boy. Pow, 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 pow. Like a motherfucking G. Fucking headache. Shit. That's why I like this shit. You know what I mean? That's why I like this shit. But you gotta be like that. If you take anything from me, it's do as I say, not as I do. Stop trying, and especially, you don't need anything or nothing. You don't need anything or nothing. You don't need this shit. 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 You don't even need this shit. You know what I mean? We survived without it for a long time. You don't even need this shit, alright? I don't even need this shit. If it really came down to it. I like it. I really fucking like it. Don't get me wrong. I'm grateful as fuck. But knowing that I could go without it, and knowing that there could be a time in life where you never fucking know. You never fucking know. You never fucking know. No matter how good you have it, aliens could come down and they're like, you're getting too cocky. Out the fucking house. Out. They treat you like a dog and they just put you out in the yard. Out, go, shoot, scat. Get the fuck out of here. And you can't do nothing because they can read your mind and they can tell when you're about to do something malicious to them before you can even do it. No matter how powerful you think you are, there's always someone more. There's always someone who can get one over on you. So that doesn't mean don't try, but you gotta beware. You gotta be watching. You gotta be aware of yourself, where you are and where you stand, how you can move. It's a game of chess out here, son. You feel me? We're like 50 minutes deep. I said I was going to end it on a positive note, and I think I did. I think I turned it around pretty good. You know what I mean? I don't even remember it's that they're trying to put us down, but they can't put us down. You want to know why? Because they can't put us down, because you want to know why. Because even if we die, we're going to come back. Bars, son. Fucking bars. Nothing. You're a fucking pimp. A lion. An American, or not, a human, and a motherfucking life force that is completely and utterly unstoppable, immeasurable, impenetrable, and yeah, it's just gonna keep going. It's just gonna keep coming back. So I don't know they can try, but they can't do nothing. They can't stop us, son. They can't stop us. The only person that can stop you is yourself. You choose whether or not you want to follow the bullshit or you want to fall into the bullshit. You know what I mean? It might seem like some people are completely and utterly hopeless, but that description, the people who completely fall into the traps and just weren't willingly going along with it at all, are very small. The majority of the people falling into the traps don't even see the traps as they see the traps as the comfy couch. You feel me? They see the traps as their safe space, and they don't want to leave their safe space until they're ripped out of it. When they're ripped out of their motherfucking flesh vehicle, all right. Their motherfucking body yaddy yaddy. Alright. So here's one thing. That's a great point. You're never going to be able to stay in that safe space. Whatever it is. Wherever it is. However it is. Because even if you stay there until you die. Because when you die, you will be ripped out of that safe space and that comfort zone. As quickly as you're ripped out of your body. Adi adi. When you die. You know, you gotta take into the Most High. So you might as well, if you want to make it a little easier on yourself before you die, you might as well get used to being uncomfortable now. You know what I mean? You don't gotta actually die or like do TMT or like do any crazy shit. Although that is a way of getting there. That is a way of getting there. I'll say that. Somewhat. It's not a shortcut or anything, but it is a way. It is a path. Just like anything is a path. The opposite direction is a path. But the easiest path, or the most straightforward path for real, and the path that you're going to have to go down regardless, even if you do go down the DMT path or the fucking chocolate chip path, is the uncomfortability path. And it's the comfort of uncomfort. If you can find comfort in the most possible, the most possibly uncomfortable. Let me say that again. If you can find comfort in the most uncomfortable situation possible, then you're gonna be unfazed forever until maybe after you die there's probably another mountain to climb. Honestly, there's more mountains to climb here than just uncomfortability, but that's the biggest one, because it's uncomfort. Pain is uncomfort. You know what I mean? You don't want to kill yourself. Like, you don't want to be like, I need to get used to being uncomfortable, and then stab yourself and then bleed out in the name of trying to become like fucking immortal or something, because you're not immortal. You're still going to get ripped out of your body. But at least then when you do get ripped out of your body, it's not like, when you're an old man. You got to deal with it then. You can deal with it now. So when you do get ripped out of your body, you're like, here we go. I'm leaving. You know? Because then you don't choose when you go, but you can at least be ready when you go. You know? People don't talk about that shit. Nobody talks about that shit. Only people that are on their deathbed really talk about that shit. I mean, some people do talk about that shit before they're on their deathbed, but mostly when people are on their deathbed, they talk about that shit. They talk about what they wish they would have done. They are experiencing. They are not at peace before they go necessarily, or they don't feel it. You might not see it. And it's not bad. Like, it's not bad to experience it before you die. It's just a process, something we have to go through. Just like anything that someone might consider bad, it happens. We have to figure out the best solution. Not just get sad about it, because that's not going to fix anything. That's not going to do anything. If we want to actually do anything, let's think about how we can do something and prevent it from happening again, or fix the solution entirely if that's a possibility. Speaking very vague, but basically, being comfortable in uncomfortable situations is the most free, or being able to, even to some degree, is one of the most freeing and beneficial things that you can do as a human before you die, I feel. Because it'll help you through every situation. Because everything in life is uncomfortable, especially a lot of the good shit. So if you can get used to being uncomfortable, you're going to be chilling through a lot of stuff in life. And then you'll be able to actually be there when it happens. And you can live your life in the present and not have to be stressing all the time, because you know you're going to be good even through adversity and through the hard times. Because you know that's just a part of the process, just how it is. It's just going to make you stronger, or it's going to give you knowledge, or it's going to give somebody else knowledge, or make them stronger, or it might not even make sense yet, but it does have a purpose. Everything has a purpose. even the most crazy shit, fuck that, has a purpose. Trust me. And yeah, with that said, I'm gonna schmack this and then get out of here because I gotta pee, and I've been recording for an hour. And last video that I recorded an hour with, I recorded the podcast with Liam, and I had to edit. I edited the whole video, and I had to render the video. I had to render half of the video. I had to render 30 minutes into its own video into a first half because it if I were to render the whole hour, like hour and 10, it would have been, I think it was like 14 hours. And I wasn't trying to wait 14 hours to render that video and then have to cut it in half, or like, yeah, I didn't want to wait that long. So I just did half of that, and it ended up being something like 7-8 hours. And yeah, it still took a long ass time, but then I ended up losing the second half of the video because I lost the actual like footage. And when I opened the project, the files of the recording were missing, and I deleted them or something because I thought I was done with the video. Oh, maybe I'll go pee right now. I want to be right back. I gotta go so bad. Okay. Hash-ish. Hash-ish. Alright, here we go. 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 I'm gonna try to get some dabbies soon. Been wanting to take some dabs for a minute. Yo. I got a buddy that makes some quality dabs. He's got a very... See, this, you know I'm smacked when I start talking all silly and stuff. Where did I put my lighter? It's on the floor. Yeah, I got a buddy. He has a company, Higher Being Cannabis, and they make some quality product. And I've got some dabs from him, and it's quality. And I'm gonna be getting some soon. So we're gonna be doing a Dabby Absinthe episode soon. It's only right. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, giving your time. I hope I could give you some benefit, something of value in this video, as well as with all the videos. I'm going to be trying to stay real consistent with this until further notice. And yeah, and the music, and I'm going to be starting a beats channel soon, but that's to be announced. So yeah, appreciate you. And yeah, we're out here living life. There's only one way to do it other than to get out there and do it. So let's do it. Appreciate you. Now let's go do it. And if you do this, make sure you go out there and do it, because this makes you really content with not going out there and doing it. All right? So get out there and do it, yo. And you know what that means. It's different for everybody, but you know what that means for you. Don't act like you don't. If you do, you're bullshitting. And we don't need bullshitters around here, alright? We don't need no bullshitters around here. Just do us. Do us. Ain't no trying to do us around here. It's just do us. We're out here doing. Whether we're stoned, caffeinated, drunk. Just don't drive. you're fucked up on anything. Don't be driving. Don't be putting yourself or anybody else in real danger. But if you're out there, you're off the Adderall, whatever you're doing, whatever works for you, you're off the Prozac. You're off the ibuprofen because your lower back hurts and that's what your ma told you to take. I don't care what you're doing. Whatever you're doing, just make sure you're going out there and doing it while you're doing it, alright? Enough's enough. Appreciate you, though. Appreciate y'all. I'm not gonna salute because I don't know how to properly salute. I don't want to be silly. I don't want to be disrespectful. Appreciate y'all. Deuces. Ah.